Welcome back to my channel. I'm finally reviewing the Vanity Makeup and I have their eyeshadow. I have two of their contour. What is this actually called? Sculpt and Glow palette. And I have their two brushes. I have tried to record this so many times and every time I start recording something happens. So even now I'm gonna record a part now, a part later, because I have to leave soon. But if I don't start recording, I feel like I'll never get around to doing it. So I've had these for about a month now and I've really put them to the test. These like little trios, I've used them actually a lot. So if you're interested in my thoughts and a few looks with these products, please continue watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe down below and let's put some makeup on this super very pale skin. I look pale. So let's start with the contour. I initially bought the eyeshadow palette with the contour as a set, these two. So I had a small discount and I think they would give you another 15% off if you put your email. Anyway, I got these at a pretty good price, but then I realized that I got the Fair Trio. And this is how the Fair Trio looks like, and it's a very fair. I'm at my lightest right now, and it's still way too fair. Mostly this color right here is just very gray. And so then I went and ordered their brushes with the medium shade. And I've been using this a lot, and I love it. And that's like a little sneak peek. So let's do a comparison. So the fair one is this one right here. As you can tell, it is a very cool tone. The highlighter is white. And even this middle one is very bright. And then this one is a little bit more warm. It has a little bit more yellow. And the highlighter, well, this one, the highlighter is more warm. I will swatch them just next to each other. So this is the contour shade. This is in the light fair and this is in the medium. And as you can tell, the fair is gray. It's so gray. It's great for extremely fair people, but for me, I couldn't use it. Honestly, the one that probably would have worked best for me would be the light. I think they have fair, light, medium, tan, deep. I'm not sure, but the other one would have been better, the one that's slightly lighter than this, but I have two. I want to be able to combine them if I want to. And honestly, when I'm self-tan, the medium would work really well. So this is fair, medium, and fair is white. I mean, it looks white to me. It's almost unusable unless you have extremely light skin or you like that super intense bright under eye. And I'm not about that. Like, I really don't like that look. And I will swatch the highlighters. So these are the highlighters, and the fair one, again, it has a really white base. And then this has more of a yellow base, which I don't love. It's not horrible. I wish it had a little bit more of a neutral pink base, but the color, the shade light, I'm pretty sure has that more pinkish champagne color. This is not bad. I can use it, and I've combined these two and they work really well. But for medium skin tone, this will be a beautiful highlighter. Right now I'm a bit fair for that, but I'll make it work. So these are the comparisons between fair and medium. As you can tell, I think she did a good job at overall fitting everybody in. I'm pretty sure there's 5 shades. Let me see. Yes, there's 5 shades. And it's fair, light, medium, tan, and deep. And so I think it really is very inclusive because the deep is really dark and the fair is extremely light, and the undertones work really well with very fair people. Okay, so let's move on to brushes. This is the one I really enjoy. This is for, I don't even know the name. It doesn't really have a name. It's a bigger one. So as you can see, it has this blending part, which is really soft and dense, and this is the application part, which is really nice. It's pointy, but it applies the product really well. It's also a little bit slanted. Obviously it's used and dirty because I've been using it quite a lot, and this blends in the product really, really well. The nose contour one I haven't used much. It's nice. Like, it's the same idea, it's just smaller. This is very, very dense. It does blend in the contour on your nose really well and lips, but I really just overall don't use it much because this one does the job just fine. So I will take the medium and I will apply this. So, you know, in the promo videos, they draw insane. Like, they draw all over the face with all of these and then they blend it in. I like more natural looks. I do like makeup. Like, I wear makeup, but they draw so heavy. So I will just use it the way I've been using it. So around my cheeks here. Oh, never mind. I was gonna do it around my lips, but I already have lipstick on. And here. And I really like this for the nose. I will use this brush for the nose. Honestly, I've only used it once, maybe twice. And it's nice. It can be very precise. And I always like to do this around my eyes as well. So we're looking nice and crazy, but I will take the blending part and I'll show you how easy it is to blend this in. And again, the medium is a little slightly deep for me right now. If I was just a little more tan, I think it would have worked even better. But I prefer this undertone over that really, really light one. That one was like, ooh, unusable on me, but I do like it in my kit. I've actually put it in my kit because for really fair skin, it's really nice. And I do find that it's kind of hard to find a really pretty highlighter on extremely fair skin, or true contour that's not too just dark and orange. So did you see how fast that was? It's so pretty, so fast. I did use this in my last video. I'm pretty sure it was my last one. Because it's something that I've been using daily. And then I'm going to try to blend in the nose contour with this one. Honestly, I don't think I've ever used this side of it. Let's see how it does. I don't really love a strong contour nose. That's why I like to blend in with big brushes, because I think it just blends away a little bit better than so precise. But this seems to do a good job. I may still go in with a big brush just to blend it even more, yeah. So that's the contour. Now I took it down here a little bit to show you guys how I use this middle one, this color. This is the only way I would use this color. I don't really like that bright under eyes, and it has quite a bit of yellow, but it's still bright. So the way I've been using this one is, I just use the same brush. Take literally a dot, and you can clean this off really well, and it blends in very nicely. So if you ever take it a little bit too low, you can sculpt it. So now it's very sculpted, but I will blend all this in because I like a super soft blended look. Now you could definitely just use your foundation brush and do the same thing, but it's kind of the only use I get out of this middle one. I can also, I'll show you, put it a little bit on my finger and put it right here in the center to brighten up this area. So, you know, you can definitely sculpt your face. This is definitely a sculpting palette. I don't love to sculpt my face a ton. Just overall, I like the simpler makeup. But if you are into that and you need something like this, you would really enjoy it. So moving on to the highlighter part. So this is first of all, they're all extremely emollient and very pigmented, all of them. But the highlighter is the most emollient. It is, I wouldn't say it's waxy, but it's intense. It's a very intense. So this is a little bit yellow. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I like the formula. I just don't really love the color on me. I will put it right here so you guys can see. The reason I don't love the color mainly is because the base is quite pigmented. So you get the glow, but you also get quite a bit of a base. It's not like the shimmer is a little bit yellow or champagne. It's the base is quite yellow, which is not my favorite. Like, I like these kinds of textures in highlighters because it's not sticky. It's really nice, but I don't like a base to them. I like it to where there's no base, but there's some glitter, and it's extremely soft. Like, you don't see the glitter on the skin. It's extremely small. And it gives a nice sheen to the skin, but again, because I don't love the undertone, I tend to either combine this one or put it under a different highlighter. But it is nice, the quality is great, and I know for me the shade Light would have been perfect. So that is the highlighter in the shade Medium. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade Light, which is white, like it is so white, and I will press it in between my fingers and add just here at the tippy top of my cheekbones a little bit of brightness. And that, see how intense that is? And I added barely any. So I definitely think these two combined are really pretty. So the highlighter really does have a beautiful finish. It is extremely emollient. It blends into the skin. The problem I have is that the base is so pigmented that you can see it all over the skin. It's not just a little bit of shine. It's an intense pigmented highlighter that if you put it a little bit too high, you're gonna see it there, like the actual pigments. So it's not my favorite because it's so pigmented, but the actual texture and the way it blends in is really nice. So overall, I really think the formula is excellent. I think they blend in so well. I don't use this one that much unless I really want, I don't know, to sculpt my face, which I really never do. So for me, this is kind of a waste of product. This, I do use it. I like the way it sits on the skin. It's pretty, and I like it as almost my first glowing step, because I do usually put another highlighter on top of that. And the contour I adore. I really, really enjoy it. So overall, I really think these are so beautiful. The quality is better than I expected. It really blends in so seamlessly, and it does last on the skin real well, and it does not pick foundation from underneath. I was impressed with the quality. The colors, again, they're not my go-to, but I didn't pick my color that I should have, and that was intentionally. So moving on to the eyeshadow palette, this is how it looks like. I've used it a lot, and I have quite a lot of thoughts. This is expensive. I want to say this is $95. Let me double check. Yes, this is $95, and the packaging is beautiful. It reminds me of Pat McGrath a little bit. It is not quite as heavy as the Pat McGrath, but it's very similar. It's still heavy. It feels very luxurious, and the packaging is really amazing. This color is stunning, and it has like these ridges right here. It kind of reminds me of the Gucci packaging. It really is beautiful. And then when you open it up, these are the colors. And as you can see, the top row are mattes and the bottom ones are shimmers. Some of them are more metallic. Some of them are like these toppers. So really, really beautiful. Like, it's just a beautiful palette. And I think the thing that when I saw this, I was like, I really want that palette. I didn't know anything about the brand. I still don't know much about the brand, but I was so attracted to this palette, to the tones. I really like oranges. I like that there's some cool tone right here. Just overall, it seemed like a palette that I could use on my everyday. And even though it's so expensive, I would probably get the use out of it because I love these tones and I love toppers and all that. So overall for me, it definitely pulled me in just with the tones and the layout. It does give me some Tati vibes. Some people are saying that, and it does remind me, but the quality is so much better. So let's start with the first look. I'm gonna start with this matte right here and just pretty much set my eyes with this. The mattes are not too powdery. And they're pigmented, but they're not, I don't want it to sound bad that they're not super pigmented. They're pigmented where you can still blend them easily and you don't need to be a makeup artist or anything like that to truly be able to use these products. Sometimes when you have like these super intense mattes, it's kind of hard to blend in. Okay, let's start this one in the crease. So for me, I actually really enjoy the mattes in this one. As you can see, it is pigmented, but sometimes I think of the Pat McGrath mattes and those blended nice, but they are so pigmented, it can be intimidating. So these, I think they're just a notch down, like just a little bit more friendly and easier to use. But when I'm in a hurry, and I need to go to work or something and still want to look put together, I pick up this palette because it's so easy and so fast. I'm gonna move on to this more cooler tone matte. I think the way the shadows and the colors are combined is really nicely because it's kind of hard to have really warm tones and cool tones and neutrals, but somehow this palette does just that. And I think that's why I was so attracted to this palette, because you have so many options and look how pretty that looks. Next, I am going to take a little bit of this black, maybe combine it with this deeper color so it's not as harsh, and just intensify the lower lash line a little bit. The black one blends in so well, so well. I was very pleasantly surprised. You know, sometimes where blacks are really hard to blend, but this one I've never had an issue and I don't feel scared. Like if I'm in a hurry, I still feel like, oh, I can pick up the black and I know it's not going to be a hot mess. I know it's going to blend in real nice. So that's really nice. It's pigmented, but it's not that, I don't know, so opaque matte where you can't really use it in your crease. Like I could easily use this one in my crease and be okay with it, not just the lash line. I'm also going to take the browns and put them on my lower lash line. And also a little bit of that black, whatever's left on the brush. Like I have that brush right here. So I'm gonna move on to the shimmer part. Now I have to leave after this look and I'm gonna do another look when I come back. So I'm gonna use my favorite color, and this is that one right there. I really thought surely I really love this one, but this color right here is stunning. It's not too cool tone. It's not too gray. It's just beautiful. It's definitely more of a topper, And what I have found with these is that they are so elegant. Like, they are shimmery, but they're not too much. They remind me slightly of the Tom Ford toppers, but there's a little bit more base to these than the Tom Ford ones. I find these to be so elegant and luxurious, and I really think that anybody could use these toppers. They're not too much, they're not too intense. There's no glitter, like intense glitter. It's so finely milled and it catches the eyes so well. I had a couple questions. I wore this palette in one of my videos as I was trying it on, and I had so many questions like, oh, what do you have on your eyes? What's that on your eyes? And it was this palette. It was this palette all along. Now, there is one shade that I wish was a little bit different, and that is this one right here. This is supposed to be more of that basic shimmer metallic, but it has a yellow undertone, and I don't love those shades. I think it makes me look a little bit sick. So I will take this one and put in my inner corner to show you. I would think that on most people this looks really good, but in person I just don't love a yellow inner corner highlight. I prefer more of a either neutral or a more pink tone. But it is nice. The quality is insane. And I actually will take a little bit of this one right here and add it in my inner corner to cancel some of that yellow. Another great thing is that there's not fallout. Like, I don't really have any of the sparkles under my eyes. I'm gonna clean under just a little bit with a little bit of powder, but overall I find the fallout is minimal. It's so good. So I'm gonna clean up, put my mascara on, and I'll be right back. So this is how it looks like with mascara. I put a little bit of blush. I used this Tom Ford Skin Illuminating Power Duo. I've added a little bit of that, and yeah, that's kind of what I finished the look with. So this is the eyeshadow. I find it to be very sophisticated, but at the same time easy. It's not super out there, so if I walk out and about, like, it looks pretty, but at the same time that shimmer shade, it makes it so unique and elegant and sophisticated. That's kind of the vibe I get from this eye look. So I will actually be wearing this for quite a bit today, and I may come back at the end of the day and do a couple more looks. I really wanted to do one with this orange right here, and these browns are stunning. Also, this one right here, I've never used it. So I really want to use that shade in a look later today. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. Wow, what a day that has been. It's at the end of the night and we went to hang out with some friends and they had a dog, and I am extremely allergic, and he's a hypoallergenic dog, and I just couldn't even breathe. I was sneezing. I even took medicine, which I have to be dying to take medicine, and that helped a little bit. So yeah, it's been a long day. It's like somebody doesn't want me to review this palette. Anyway, moving on to another look. So I want to do one more on the orangey area right here. I really enjoy these two. I think they are so beautiful and so well done. So let's start doing this. Obviously I am a little bit stuffy and my eyes are hurting a little bit. So I am going to start again with this color just all over the lid. Do these have names? I don't think they have names. Maybe on the box, which I'm not even sure if I have the box anymore. So my daughter sometimes comes and plays in here and she makes me gifts. I'll show you. So she'll find like boxes of makeup that I've used. So this one, she puts other things in it. This is from actually Vanity Makeup. So she puts other things in here. So she put this M Cosmetics, and she will pack so many things in here. Like, let's see what she put in here. This is the Rare Beauty blush, and then she keeps going. Sometimes she'll even pack 2 or 3 other packaging inside each other, and then there's like one, oh, she's just so sweet. Oh, and she taped this because I probably broke it, and she just plays with them, and then I lose so much makeup and I don't know where it's at because she just gets me all these little baskets. So that's why I kind of lose my makeup often, and who knows how many times I throw away the makeup because she keeps packaging them up. Is that even right? She keeps putting back in their packaging. So I'm taking this one right here and putting it in my crease. I find that color to be so beautiful. It blends in so extremely well, and I've never ever had an issue with that. Now let's move on to this color right here, this orange. I am obsessed with orange, and so when I saw that they had an orange in this palette, that I was very excited about that. So I'm going to bring it kind of up into my brow right here. I want to open up my eye a little bit more, and that's a good technique if you have hooded eyes, to kind of bring it, instead of bringing it around, bring it straight up into the brow. It feels weird in the beginning, but I think it opens up the eye, and once you put everything else, I don't think it's that weird. I will darken the look slightly, so let's take this one and put it just here towards the end. This one I'm not bringing it all the way in, I'm kind of keeping it here. Now all over the lid, I have these 2 options, this one right here and this one right here. And they are both stunning, but this one right here, it is so beautiful. I almost like this one better than the sparkles. Almost, not quite, but it's right up there. So I'm going to take this one and press it on my lid. These are soft shimmers, but they also almost feel foiled. They're extremely elegant. To me, that's the way I think of these colors, this texture, that it's not too glitter, but it gives an impact to the eye, and it's just a unique formula. Now these I did try wet as well, and honestly they perform very similar. Like, I don't think these you need to wet them. So I'm going to take this one and add it on this end. It's not necessarily, but I kind of want to use every single color. And this has a really pretty bronze, like the undertone is really pretty and it's flatter on the skin. And I am going to take this one on the inner corner, and this is one of the sparkly shades, and I will brighten up this inner corner. It's pretty and intense. Bring it in a little bit. So what I've done before is take this one and put it in the center, but I will say that this like bronzy color is so beautiful that I almost feel like it doesn't need that topper. I know, whoever thought I would ever say that, but lately I just felt like, oh, I really liked it, and then I put the topper on and I was like, it's beautiful, but kind of covers that bronziness, and I really enjoy it. I may put it at the end, that way you guys can see how it looks in the center, but I do want to leave it like that because I will take this off one more time and do another look. So I'm going to take a combination between these two and brighten this area. On the lower lash line, I'm going to take the brown, smudge it. And I'm definitely going to take that orange on a small Wayne Goss number 20. Let's smoke this out here. This orange is such a pretty color. It's not too orangey where like you feel like you're wearing so much color, but it's unique enough and it has enough color where it's not just a regular brown. I think this orange is so well done. And I think I'm gonna leave the look here. You could definitely darken it up a little bit with that black. That black, it blends in so nice. But I think I'm gonna put mascara and show you guys how this topper, this one right here, would look on top of that bronzy color. So I'll be right back. So this is the second look done. I love this look. I think it's so bronzy but elegant. Again, the whole palette to me doesn't scream super out there, super intense. I actually find that the shimmers are quite elegant and quite easy to wear, like as an everyday. I don't find them just too much, and this I love. I liked wearing this when it was a little hot and I was a little bit bronzier, and with that color all over the lid, I actually would just put that color all over the lid, bring it up a little bit, and that with like lashes and just a bronzy skin, I think looks so beautiful. But right now I want to take this, a little bit of this, and press it right in the middle just so you guys can see how this would look. There you go. I'm bringing it up a little bit higher so you can tell that it definitely took away some of that bronzy color. This is still absolutely stunning and I love it. But I definitely wanted you guys to be able to see that bronziness that it had before. And this is the second look finished, and I think it's so beautiful. I really do enjoy it. I love it with the sparkle, without it. Just overall, I love how that orange blends in so nicely, and it's not too orangey. It just gives a little bit of warmth, and I actually would love that orange all over the lid as a one and done kind of shadow. I know it's matte, but for fall, I think it would look so good. I'm gonna take this off and I'll be back to do the number 3, which I'm probably the most excited about because I'm gonna use this one, which I've never used, and I think it just swatches so pretty. So I'm gonna take this off and be right back. I do have to say that my eyes are sore. That allergy and wiping them off a few times, it's not helping. But our last look, so let's start. I am gonna start with this one and this one. Let's combine them. I'm just going to frame the eye a little bit, add some something there. I'm actually gonna take this one and build it a little bit more. I'm gonna take a smaller brush and build this up. Oh, these brushes, this is the Refer 27. Gosh, they're so soft that on my sore eyes right now, it helps so much. I kind of want to just put this one all over the lid. I'm not sure if I should put the black first and then put this one on top. Let's swatch. Okay, so this is how it looks like by itself, and this is under a black. I'm definitely gonna go with this because I think it just makes it pop even more. So I'm gonna take a flat brush and take the black and just put it all over the lid. I would kind of be gentle in the inner part. Probably wouldn't want it as intense. You can definitely flick it out or just keep it more round. I think I'm gonna keep it a little bit more round. Don't want it extremely like long, but we'll see what it turns out like. So this one definitely has some fallout. It is a black color, so I'm kind of not surprised. Probably should have done my concealer last, but it's okay. So I'm gonna take that and blend it in slightly. I'm not too worried because I will have that sparkle on top of it, but just a little bit. I'm leaving that inner corner just bright because I'm most likely gonna want to brighten it up with something else. That's how my day's going. How's your day going? Okay, so we put that kind of a little messy. I didn't really work at it. I just put it there. And then I'm going to take this color and put it all over. Now I'm going to take this color again and mix it with this brown and blend in the edges. Let's take this one right here and put it in the middle, in the center. I think that definitely gave it a little bit just more light to it, and it's not just one dark color. Now I'm gonna take this dark and run it lower to my lash line. I don't want to lose the depth and how smoky it is, so I'm definitely gonna just work on that right here. So I have quite a bit of fallout, which is fine. I'm gonna clean it all after. So I am going to just take this brown and put it on my lower lash line quite intensely. And then I'm gonna take the black and connect it to the top. And I do want to put some inner corner brightness, but I have to clean up everything. I'm gonna clean up this and to add some foundation where I took it from. And I will be right back with mascara. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put black on my waterline and tight line at the top as well. So I will do all that and be right back. So I put the mascara on, I cleaned all around, and my eyes are not happy right now. They are just, I don't know, they're bothered. So this is the final look, a little smokier, a little bit more just evening makeup, but I like it. It did turn out just a little bit more blue that I was probably wanting, but I'm still enjoying it. I think it's really pretty. It's nice and smoky. It has so much going on the lid, and it wasn't hard to use. You know, sometimes when you work with black, it can be a hit or miss. Like if the black doesn't blend just right and still holds the pigment, the shimmer, again, beautiful. Just overall, it went so smoothly. I didn't have any things that I was like working on it to fix. It was just working really well. So let me tell you my final thoughts on this brand. So starting with these trios, I've already kind of talked enough about them. I really enjoy them. I'm gonna use them quite a lot. And you know what, even with doing this eyeshadow, I actually took this middle one. Actually, I used the medium one. I took this middle one and kind of cleaned up around the brow, just because when you have a smoky eye like this, I really think it's so important to keep that clean. Otherwise it can look just messy and just not great. So I really liked using that to carve and kind of clean up any area that I felt like it wasn't the best. Again, the contour is beautiful. The highlighter is good. I wouldn't say it's my all-time favorite, but it's nice. The brushes, I really enjoy them. Like, a lot. I think they work so well with this texture, and it's just so easy. So I'm liking them. I actually don't like duo, but I actually keep them right down here. I don't put them in the brush holder because I use this every day, and I just, you know, it's just right there, so it's easy. Moving on to the palette. As you can probably tell, I absolutely adore this palette. I find that it is so beautiful. The formula is perfection. Like, I have no problem with not one of these. They all performed so well. What should you expect from this? You should expect to have great mattes. The mattes blend in like a dream. They're pigmented, but they're not too pigmented. The orange is such a beautiful undertone. This one right here is just a stunning, more cool tone brown, but it's not like too cool tone. And then this one right here, it's a perfect great brown. This is, I actually really love having a light color like this. It's very pigmented. You can clean around your look. You can set your concealer with this if you use concealer as a primer. I really enjoy that color. Again, the black, I kind of talked about it. It's great. And this color is really nice because it has a little bit more of that eggplant look, not just a dark brown. Which I think makes this even more versatile, because you don't just have the browns, you have this unique color that just kind of takes it to another level. I really think that that was a great shade to put in here. Now let's talk about the shimmers. This one is the only one that I just wish was different. It just has that yellow undertone, and that's just not for me in general. I think it works real well with these right here. Like, if you pair those, I think that's really pretty. But if you try to brighten that up with the cool tones, or I don't like it. It's not for me. The formula is amazing, but what I've done is, again, mixing it with this to just tone down that yellow, or putting it with this one right here. So combining those two. It's pretty, it's beautiful, it's pigmented, it does the job, but for my skin tone, I think it's just a tiny bit too yellow. This one is a beautiful topper. Honestly, you could just wear that on its own with the brown in the crease, and I think it's a very beautiful ethereal look. It's a great topper. And this one, I think I like this one better than the other one, which I didn't think I would. I have black all over. Because it's a bit more that gray color, but I think it's so unique. It's not too cool tone. And I think I enjoy it better. I think it pops a little bit more. They're both stunning in the same formula. This one right here is the one that I was probably the most impressed, because it is so smooth. I mean, it looks like pure gold in there. It is a very unique formula. It's not a topper. I wouldn't think that that's a topper like these. These have a lot of sparkles in them. This one is just smoother, but is extremely shiny. And I really like the undertone. It's not too yellow, it's not too bronzy, it's not too peachy. It's just so good. So this one, I was surprised. Out of all of them, this is the one that surprised me the most. This one, it's beautiful as well. This is, I would say, even smoother than this one. It doesn't have quite as much punch to it. It's not quite as shiny, but it performs so well. It works really well also all over the lid, and honestly, that's a good combo. I didn't even see it until now. I think that that would be a beautiful look. And then this one is stunning. It really is. It performs extremely well. I put it under the black. I haven't worn it by itself to see how that looks. So every time you put black under something like this, it will show more and be more pigmented. So those are all my thoughts on this makeup collection. I have never heard of them before, and I'm glad I tried it. I think it's luxurious, and I think it performs so well. I don't know much about the owner. I did kind of look at her on YouTube. She's just not my style. Like, I feel like she likes a lot of heavy contouring and like intense eyes, which, you know, this is an intense eye, but I definitely like more of a natural skin and not quite as much contouring, which the fact that these work for somebody like me that enjoys more of a softer look speaks about the quality and the inclusivity and how well it performs for different looks. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Leave me comments down below what you thought about the brand, if you tried anything from them. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video.